Today wasn't just White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt at the White House briefing. None other than J.D. Vance joined her. And frankly, the two of them lied through their teeth on some really important issues that people care about. So I'm going to take a crack at some of the questions and try to set the record straight. Okay, first question goes to Washington Bureau Chief for Breitbart News, Matt Boyle. Why not?
There's two key Democrat lies I would like to get your take on and see if you can address. The first is that you're seeing a number of top Democrat leaders, from Kamala Harris to Chuck Schumer to Hakeem Jeffries, claim that it is a Republican shutdown caused by Trump.
Always good to open your totally unbiased question there, Matt, by saying there are, quote, two key Democrat lies. Okay, regardless, I will answer that. Here's the thing. Republicans control both the House and Senate, as well as the White House. They may have more power than you might think, Matt, and a lot of other people in the room might not think either. Funding the government does require 60 votes in the Senate. Republicans have 53 votes, and they could not get 7 Democrats to join them in supporting a bill that does not extend health care subsidies to tens of millions of Americans. That's the issue, Matt. And you would think that someone who thought he was as smart about politics as Donald Trump would see how unpopular it is to make health care more expensive. But here we are. Okay, Mr. Boyle wasn't done with his question, so let me just let him finish. He said he had 2 Democrat lies, after all.
They're out there now claiming that they don't want to give health care to illegal aliens. Can you address both of those lies from the Democrat Party?
Okay, so Senator Warren touched on this, but the completely misleading Republican talking point right now, the party explanation for why they are refusing to compromise with Democrats and fund the government, is that Democrats are trying to fund health care for undocumented immigrants. Now, here's how the New York Times put that claim. Quote, they said, Republicans have been falsely asserting that Democrats are shutting down the government to fund free health care for unauthorized immigrants. In reality, unauthorized immigrants are largely barred from federally funded health care programs. The Democrats' budget proposal does not make them eligible for those programs. The truth is the health care that Democrats are trying to get funded is not for undocumented immigrants at all. It is for tens of millions of American citizens. And we've talked about this subsidy, but I'm just going to repeat some of it or reiterate some of it. I mean, back in 2021, the Biden administration passed a bill that expanded access to health care plans under the ACA, provided tax credits to make health care premiums more affordable. And right now, 22 million Americans rely on those subsidies, but they are set to disappear at the end of the year if Congress doesn't act. That would mean monthly health insurance premiums more than doubling in costs for millions of Americans, and an estimated 4 million Americans losing their health insurance altogether. That's the holdup. That's why the government shut down. Democrats want to extend the enhanced tax credits for the Affordable Care Act, and Republicans don't. It has nothing to do with immigrants. Okay, Shamna Krish from the New York Times. Go ahead.
How did the White House decide that it is appropriate for Jared Kushner to be working on matters that involve Qatar, the UAE, Saudi Arabia, 3 countries that combined have given him more than $2.5 billion for his investment firm?
Now, I don't normally show Caroline Leavitt's responses to these briefing questions, important so I can answer more questions, but this is a response you should really see, so we're going to play this one.
I think it's, frankly, despicable that you're trying to suggest that it's inappropriate. Jared is donating his energy and his time to our government, to the president of the United States, to secure world peace.
I mean, okay. I don't know how Caroline thinks donating your time works, but typically donated time doesn't not come with financial returns, like huge ones. I mean, just this Monday, we learned that Jared Kushner's private equity firm has teamed up with Saudi Arabia's sovereign wealth fund for the largest private equity buyout ever, buying the video game company EA Games for $55 billion. That, of course, comes on top of the $2 billion Saudi Arabia has already invested in Kushner's private equity fund and the $1.5 billion Kushner got from the UAE and Qatar late last year. But how dare reporters suggest that it's inappropriate for Jared to be involved in White House discussions impacting those countries? What an outrageous question. His company is only getting literally billions of dollars from them. Meanwhile, Republicans are so unwilling to shell out for the health care of millions of Americans, they're shutting the government down.